feel like if my grandma's gonna watch this and be like, "Why weren't you sitting up?"
Feel free to move around.
That's all right.
Yeah. Do a little jiggle.
Yeah.
I do a little jiggle once in a while just to realign
I get
my
emotional
chakras.
when I have to like have good posture. I get emotional.
Yeah.
You get emotional?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
Tighten in my core.
Yeah.
I get emotional about. Yeah, I get a little PTSD about it too, a little bit.
Oh, so Dave does CrossFit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jules does CrossFit now.
Oh really?
She does?
Where does she go?
Really?
CrossFit. It's in Horsham. It's like 2 minutes from my house. I feel like there's the word nation in it, and the word
weird.
CrossFit. Maybe it's CrossFit Nation.
CrossFit Nation of Horsham.
That's a great question. Let me check. Let me see.
How long have you been doing CrossFit?
Like over 4 years. Like 4 years. Actually, I think it was about maybe.
That's a long time.
It was my first year of seminary, and I've been out of seminary for a year. So yeah, I guess 4 years.
Hey, Dane.
Yeah.
CrossFit Generation.
Okay.
That's where she goes.
Interesting.
Yeah, she enjoys it a lot.
I'm in Willow Grove.
Do you live in Willow Grove?
No, I live in Glenside.
Ah!
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Hmm.
I grew up kind of there.
Yeah.
Good lunch meat.
Kind of.
Local lunch meat.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
spots.
phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
Joe's Market.
Joe's.
O'Neill's.
Joe's Market is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
One time I was watching a Phillies game, and they cut to the crowd, and the whole Joe's crew was sitting there. And I
Are
was
you
like,
That's
serious?
awesome.
Yes, like,
That's awesome.
Joe's people.
That's so
you just
cool.
close the market
They-
for the day.
They tell me like when I just walk in, like we used to do like a New Year's Day party. I feel like we're having the podcast, but with New Year's Day party every year for our like street.
Mhm.
And so people would come to our house, and then Michelle would send me to Joe's, and she'd say, like, tell them we're doing pulled pork sandwiches and how many adults are going to be there. And then, so I would walk in, and I'd be like, yes, we're doing pulled pork sandwiches for 15 adults. And they'd be like, oh, you need 8 pounds. And then they just hand me 8 pounds
Wow,
of
that's
pork
That's
Wow.
good stuff.
or whatever it was. But they were like, it's either impressive or they're like those weight guessers at a carnival. Like,
Yes.
a really weird like thing that they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, don't they have what? I'm sorry.
No, go.
No.
At least you're sorry.
No, you was you.
Yeah.
It was you. You were the next.
I haven't been sorry before doing that, have I?
Yeah, no.
Progress.
Yeah.
Therapy's working.
Yeah.
You are the one, Neo.
The Matrix is coming
Yeah,
out.
it is.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Because I'm excited. So I was going to say something before I got rudely
Well, I'm
interrupted.
gonna
by you.
interrupt you then if you can't remember.
Yeah, go ahead because I
Yeah.
forgot already.
Yeah, so Dave, part of this is we just kind of like
Oh, I remember
slowly-
what I was going to
Okay.
say.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
got it, I got
okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
So-
don't really have a starting
Yeah, we don't have a starting point.
Hey, we
I-
kind of
yeah.
opening banter.
I asked Andrew Kolpitz, and he said, "Do you like being talked over?"
Then you'll
He's
love
not
this.
wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to point out, I don't know if you're noticing this, Steve. I would like to point out I would say Tommy is on a different level of behavior tonight so far.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Tommy's very mellow.
He is.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
last week, you were on psychedelics, basically. And I would like to know.
I listened to that again this week. It was something.
Yeah, man. So I would like to know why, man? What's
Yeah.
going on?
How are you down from cloud 12, 13?
What's going on, dude?
You know, when you get to be my age, these things just start to matter less, you know. And, yeah, get some pork shoulder from the supermarket and call it an evening.
There it is. He's back.
Tommy attack.
I like how you pronounce the second E in evening. That was-
Evening.
Evening.
Yeah. I don't know.
Should we bring attention? Do you want to bring attention to why?
I guess we could.
Yeah.
Are you going to poke fun?
Oh, have you been on this podcast
Let me just
before?
put my emotional straitjacket on.
Oh, yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
All right.
You good?
I'm not insecure. I'm not insecure.
You're fine.
Hug yourself.
I'm not
Hug
insecure.
yourself with your. Yeah.
Well, Steve, why don't you address?
Oh,
what's
I'll
going on
address
here?
it. Yeah. Yeah. So Dave is actually Tommy's boss.
Yeah.
Elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's it feel to have your boss on the podcast?
Yeah. What's
Tommy?
that like?
It's an honor. It's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Sure
being
it is.
here.
Yes.
How does it feel to have your employee be the one that invited you to the podcast?
You're
So
you're
good.
subordinate.
Yeah, it's good. I what a compliment he just gave. So
Yeah.
he gets the board that we have in the office. He gets some extra stickers. And
Aw.
stars. That'll be really
Oh,
nice.
We're like family over at New
Yeah.
Life Drescher.
I
you
was
know?
just thinking. I'm wondering. Am I the oldest person that's been on this podcast?
I want to say yes.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Who's the
It's
second?
okay.
Who would come in second if Dave's?
No, wait. Well, I don't know how old.
I'm 41 years old.
Might be
Who is it, Joe?
Joe is older
Joe
than you
Alamia?
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe looks like
forget how to
he's
pronounce
like
his last name.
28. But I
Yeah, he
think
does.
I think when he told me his age, I was like, "What, dude?"
Didn't he? He just turned 40, I think.
I think he did.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he'd be
yeah.
he'd be the second place
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
congratulations,
Thank
dude.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Only at
Yes,
the top.
It's really,
Yeah.
it's really good.
We'll send you a gift card.
Yeah.
And, I only bring it up-
$41.
I only bring it up because we may have to. I go to bed at a certain time. So
Right.
Oh yeah.
make sure
Yes.
we get this done.
Yeah. So Steve, how are we doing so far?
I mean, we had to set up outside,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah, we should address
clearly,
that.
yeah, clearly we're in a different place.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
a question kind of going off of that for you. When like you hear like you're applying for a job and someone says, "Oh, it's like family here." Does that scare the crap out of you or excite you?
I would get excited because it makes me think it's a cult, and I like that.
Yeah. That just it fits right in with your conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're
dude.
just like, I can't wait to learn about this place.
Oh yeah, I go. You know
Post
what?
it all over the
Am I
internet.
hired? Show me the pentagram.
Oh no!
Let's get this ritual started. My voice echoed. That was cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
You like being outside.
Yeah. So is that what your interview process was like? Was like, hey, we're a family here.
Real quick, I don't know much about cults. Is that like a generalization that they all have pentagrams? Or is
I think
that-
so. I've never been in one.
I don't.
Yeah.
Never been in one,
I
but
don't
you
know what a
know.
pentagram is.
You don't?
It's like some circle with a star. It's like a
Yeah.
satanic thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a satanic thing.
Yeah, it's like
Kinda
a
like,
ritual.
So it's you passed the test. It's a good thing you don't know.
Yeah.
I can stay.
I picture Dave at the interview process goes like, all right.
He doesn't know what
Doesn't know what a pentagram
Ignorant
is.
of
all right?
pentagram.
That's like what interview process. It's just like a list of like things you shouldn't know about. There's a morality test.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine that for like the CIA? Like they're just interviewed. Like, I don't know that there's anything you shouldn't know about. You know?
Do you know
Yeah.
what
You
deviled
know what
eggs
I'm talking
are?
about?
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Do you know what
get
egg
it?
salad?
Yeah,
is?
I get
Did he
it.
go right over your head?
No,
okay.
I understand
Egg
jokes,
salad?
man.
Anybody eat egg salad this week? I hope not.
Absolutely not. I
wish
did have
had.
eggs though. I did have eggs, poached eggs.
You ever have shrimp salad?
Yeah, absolutely. I love shrimp salad. You like shrimp salad?
Shrimp salad, yummy, yummy.
I don't think I've ever had shrimp salad before. Is that a thing?
I don't think I've.
Ham salad
Yeah.
is.
I've had. There's crab salad too.
Oh yeah.
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 I love that. The imitation crab salad. I love that.
Sounds like the
stuff.
name of a music festival. Crab salad.
Salad Music Fest.
Did you go to crab salad this year?
Where was it in like
Be Maryland.
Providence, Rhode Island?
That's right.
All local bands. Local bluegrass band.
That's a perfect opportunity. to-
Slays crab
Everybody
fest.
from Connecticut came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, I have
then
another-
they broke the fire rules, and so they had to send everybody home.
Oh wow. There's a. Wow,
Is it
all
dig
right.
at Rhode Island? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, good.
I'm old. I get that reference.
When they had the fire in Rhode Island, did they evacuate to the other states?
That's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. They had to evacuate everybody from Rhode Island to Connecticut
All four of them.
and Massachusetts.
We have a listener.
Yeah.
A very devoted listener.
A
in
good
Rhode
friend of
Island.
mine lives in Rhode Island.
Oh.
A couple friends live in Maine. So they're
We
I was,
rail on
I
the
was
Northeast.
born in Maine.
Really?
really.
Yes,
Really?
I was born in Augusta.
So is
Maine.
Andrew Colpitz.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 months.
Yeah,
we
he
lived there
was-
for 2 months of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like my mom. My mom was born in Bangor, and then she moved down to Clark, New Jersey.
That's in Bangladesh.
Mm.
Bangor,
Pennsylvania.
Maine.
Bang-
It's up 309.
Bangor,
Yeah, my
Bangor,
grandpa lives
Bangor,
right
Maine.
up.
Wait, what?
Bangladesh, Bangor.
What did you say?
There's a Bangor in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up 309.
It's by
Oh.
Springhouse.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
I,
didn't
thought
know
your
that.
mom was Bangladeshian.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why they call you Gandhi.
Yeah, you knew that.
Is that
Yeah,
what
that's
they
why
call
they call me Gandhi.
Steve Gandhi Yardubian. His nickname.
Oh my gosh.
I'm wondering where that came from.
What came from?
Gandhi.
That was
Gandhi
Ewan.
did not come from Bangladesh. I'll tell you that.
No,
Ben Kingsley.
that was Ewan
yes.
Yeah, that's where it came
McMullen. Ewan during the Tunisian trip started
Oh.
calling me Gandhi. Yeah.
Oh, really? This is a thing?
Yeah, they all
Steve
call
is
him
known
Gandhi.
as
Yeah.
Gandhi at youth group.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he
Is it because you're
started.
a
Ewan started
peacekeeper?
it, and then it just kind of caught on.
So do you? I mean, I feel like parents would be upset about this, but do you wear like a toga and then you're just like I'm Gandhi.
No, but I probably should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should definitely do that,
Yeah,
please.
I might have
From
to
now
from
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Youth group is just one big nonviolent protest.
Just stay. I'm sitting in front of cars.
Everybody walk barefoot and follow me. We're gonna walk
my.
across the turnpike now. We're gonna
That's
walk
so
back.
funny. That's so funny. I
Man.
love that. Well, should we introduce our guest?
You should.
Well, this is your guest that you brought on, so I feel like
It's
you
my
should-
guest.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
the CEO of the podcast, and
Correct.
it's my guest.
And I delegate as
I
Dave
think it's a
talked about
guest
earlier.
for all of us.
All right. Well, you should I almost said interrupt him. Well,
I'll
we're going to be
inter-
doing plenty of that.
Yeah.
You
We're
know,
already going to do that. Yeah.
you
This
do
is
it.
Dave Hopping.
There you go.
Hi,
There he is.
I'm Tommy's boss.
Yep.
Oh,
What's
no,
wrong
That's
with
a
you?
loud bug.
Yeah, it is
Oh
loud.
no, it's back.
Oh.
No, it's a bug.
That's
It's a bug.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I hear it over here. It's a bug. Yeah. Everything's okay, guys.
Oh gosh, I was like,
Keep
See,
calm.
oh, it
no.
subsides and it comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Deep breath. Gandhi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What's Dave? Dave, we all give all our guests a middle name.
Oh yeah. What's Dave's middle name?
Oh, Mildred.
Mildred.
Obviously.
Dave
Mildred
Mildred Hopping.
Yep.
That actually is my initials, but
Really?
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
See,
yeah,
I'm slightly psychic.
Cool.
yeah,
Are you Michael?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my parents were super creative. The most popular names in 1980 were David and Michael. And I got both of them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
actually told a story the other week at church about how my wife, when we were in college, it was very confusing as to whether or not I knew, like, she liked me or
That's
not.
right.
Because
That's a good
she had like 20 guy friends named Dave. And
Oh,
I was just
wow.
like, what am I? And so when I told her I was telling that story, she said, to be fair, it was the most popular name of our generation. And I was like, I guess that's true.
That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Being confused about if the girl that you're into likes you. That was pretty much the story of my life, really. Actually, I thought that was like, oh yeah. I mean, that's literally what I always
Yeah.
did. You know.
I mean, I usually, it was pretty clear
Yeah.
up until college. It was, girls would hand me a note like, do you like me? Check no or no.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
there was
no or no.
Oh, no. It was clear where I stood with females.
Oh
It was-
man.
Yeah.
That's
hilarious.
yeah. That's rough.
I used to just cover myself in oatmeal and walk up to someone and introduce myself. And
Yeah.
They wouldn't talk to me. So.
I don't know
Now-
why.
And
Now-
I realized later in life through counseling that that's their problem, not mine.
Now, why they don't like somebody covered in oatmeal, I don't know.
I always thought like
It's
I
like a
could have
Groucho Marx joke.
You know Groucho Marx? That's awesome.
I did.
I'm
so
very,
long ago.
I am very pleased. Have you seen Marx
What?
Brothers movies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, how did we never talk about this before?
Duck
I'm a
Soup?
huge Marx
Yeah,
Brothers
Duck
fan.
Soup.
Yeah.
Day at the
Oh.
Races,
Duck
Night at the
Yep,
Opera.
Day of the Races, Night of the Opera.
Do you know Marx Brothers? Is that before your time?
Good soup.
Yeah. What was the guy's name that didn't talk? What was his name?
Harpo.
Harpo.
Yep.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Now I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that he literally didn't speak, and part of, I don't know. Once again, don't know if it's true, but they said that at some point in his life he told someone to drop dead, and the
I heard
person
this.
died.
Oh my gosh.
And he basically gave up speaking for like, the rest of his
Wow.
life. Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
So
I can see that.
I think
Like being a thing. Yeah.
I think it was an urban legend. I
Okay.
think because
It could
he
be, yeah.
actually, I'd actually highly recommend this book. He wrote a book called Harpo Speaks. It's really great about his whole life.
So did he
And
do the audiobook too, and that's how we know that it's
Actually,
inaudible.
he
That's how
talk-
we know what his voice sounds
he
like.
talks about in the beginning, like somebody wrote the forward. I think his wife wrote the forward at the beginning of the book, whatever, and said like this is the only time that Harpo spoke, to the public, and it's in a book.
Yeah.
So you can't actually hear him speak. It's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
cool.
Marx Brothers movies are hilarious.
Oh,
it was
they're
all
so funny.
like great puns. And all
Yeah.
that stuff.
A lot of wordplay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Groucho Marx with his just non-stop one-liners, just constant. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the best. You know what I mean, Tommy?
Tommy, these movies didn't even have color; they were black and white.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Tommy, I know this stuff because I'm 4 years older than you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I told my mom that we were in the Queen Esther play together when we were.
Yes.
I was in
Yeah?
kindergarten.
We
Rich,
didn't know it.
Rich was in like 4th grade or something.
Fifth grade. Fifth grade.
5th grade. He was Haman.
You would have been
and
in
I was
first
in
grade.
chorus.
You would have been in first grade.
I was in 1st grade.
Yeah,
then.
that's
Miss
what I
Wright's
meant.
class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is right.
Yeah. Good times.
Yep.
Mm.
I feel like Dave has a cooler background than all of our other guests, who are mostly just losers.
Yeah.
Dave.
I hate all those guys anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know why they were on here. Andrew
Clearly,
Colpett's gross.
we love our guests so much.
And our listeners.
And our
just-
listeners.
We have called them all idiots.
Tommy is kind of, Tommy's over everybody on this podcast.
I'm gonna start listening in the future to hear what you say about me.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's probably a good idea. You
But-
you never know.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to acknowledge that Dave he did professional comedy for 10 years before.
Yes.
That is
He
awesome.
did other
We should
things.
explore that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's really just a fancy way of saying I lived off my wife's paycheck. That was really. I wish that was a joke.
It was a wild ride.
I was working with a student years ago. It was actually Hudson Marsh.
Oh,
You
really?
remember Hudson? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this kid was really into like editing and film and stuff like that, and I had to give him like a charge as he was graduating from high school, and I said, hey man, I know you're going to be going into the entertainment industry. And it's a really tough road. So the only advice I could give you is do what I did. Find yourself a woman who has like an upward trajectory in her career and marry that woman as soon as you can.
Marry rich.
As soon as you can.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
man.
really funny.
So like what? So I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. So I would love to know like what got you into it and what was your first show like? Answer the second question first. But yeah, so like what got you into it? I tried improv once and it's one of my cringe moments. I still
Improv
think
is
about
hard.
it. Yeah.
I mean, even as a stand-up comedian, like whenever I was in improv situations, like actual improv, like
Yeah.
the teams and stuff, because we would open for improv teams every once in a while, and that's terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if I was on stage telling jokes and someone said something, like, yeah, I could probably go back. But when you're on the spot of like you have to do this now, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How did I get
come up with
started?
something.
I used to have a joke about how I always knew like I wanted to be a stand-up. Like even in kindergarten, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. They'd go around the class. They'd be like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I'm a policeman. Or I'm a fireman. Then they get to me. I want to be a stand-up comedian. And everyone just stop and stare at me. And they put me in the group with the girl that wanted to be a kangaroo. And all this kind of but yeah, at a young age, like I really and it's
That's
probably get too deep here, but I think like I wasn't the coolest kid. I was real small and got picked on a lot, and I didn't go out much and all that sort of stuff. So I just when Comedy Central became a station, all it was clips of stand-up like all day. It was just like 5 to 10 minutes clips of stand-up.
Oh my god.
So I would watch that like nonstop, and there was just something about this fact that people were making people laugh and kind of controlling laughter. And so I do think it comes from this weird mental. I mean, my counselor tells me that it comes from like a place of like if people are laughing at you, if you can kind of control that to a degree, then you feel like you have a sense of power.
Wow,
So
that's a great point.
So I think that's kind of why I started, but I loved it. Like I just loved stand-up. I loved everything about the concept of like going up in front of people and making them laugh. I just really always enjoyed that, and so that's kind of what got me. So seriously, from a young age,
That's
it was
awesome.
like that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so my first show, I think I was in high school, and there was a coffee house in the basement of my church, and they let me. I was like 16, I think, and I went up, and I had this like Aladdin puppet from Disney World, the genie, and I probably did 10 minutes of like ventriloquism.
Yeah.
But my lips were clearly moving, I'm sure. Like it was not good.
It was the beginning of your ventriloquist career.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even think I had an act. I just got up there and was like
You
Just
just
did it.
started.
talking to my hand.
Yeah.
Like it was just weird.
People were like, this kid's going places.
Yeah. So and then I in college I got I went to Syracuse University to study television, radio, and film, and my goal was to be on Saturday Night Live. That's what I wanted to do.
That's
I wanted
awesome.
to write and be on Saturday Night Live, so that's what I went to school for.
Mhm.
And I had a bunch of my guidance counselors and principal. They were all like, "Go for it," which makes me question their credibility. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird thing.
Usually they would warn you, be like,
Yeah,
hey, have a
exactly.
backup plan. or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I got very involved with the comedy board at Syracuse, writing sketches, doing stand-up and stuff like that, and kind of built my way up to being like the main student comedian on campus.
Wow,
so I got
that's
to
awesome.
open for whoever came in. So that was kind of
Oh,
fun.
wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. I bet you got some stories about opening for people.
That's
I
pretty
do
awesome.
have some.
Yeah,
yes,
I bet.
That's a
yes.
great segue.
Wait,
Thank you.
Really subtle.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yeah, we're pros here.
Yeah.
So
We
wait,
know
did
what
you
we're
open
doing.
for Dane Cook at Syracuse?
Yeah. I opened.
So he was there.
He just
oh,
gave it
wow.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve just gave it away who it was. Unbelievable.
Sorry.
Well, I've also.
He didn't give away the gender yet.
Should we do a gender reveal
Yeah,
party
for
for
Dane
Dane
Cook.
Cook?
Yeah. That's what this episode's really about.
At the time, he was a male. At the time.
Yeah. That's right.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
It was cool. I actually got to open for so speaking of Saturday Night Live, I opened for Kevin Nealon and
I love Kevin
Janine
Nealon.
Garofalo.
Mhm.
So that was kind of fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so Dane Cook, he wasn't Dane Cook at that point. Like
Yeah.
Right.
when I got to open for him, it was right at the beginning of his he was just starting to
Yeah.
become Dane. Like he had a
Blossom.
special on Comedy Central and so I had seen him the year before he came and was part of another show. It was Mark Curry. Remember Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Mark Curry. Yeah,
Yep.
and
Hanging with
then
Mr. Cooper.
Andy Dick.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
And that was
Oh,
one of
wow.
I don't even want to call it a comedy show. It was just one of the weirdest things I've ever witnessed. But anyway,
Like a fever dream.
yeah. So Dane, that's actually the best. I hope he uses that as his publicized. So Dane Cook was part of that show, and it was great. So they brought him back to headline, and so they had me open, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. But in my set, I had my grandmother come to the show because I told a joke in the show, and I was like, that's a really funny joke. Right, Grandma? And my grandma stood up and said, "That's right, Dave," and gave me a high five. And I just thought that was
That's
would
awesome.
be a
Yeah.
funny experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I do my part. 2 other guys opened, and then Dane Cook comes out. And at the time, I don't think he had like a full headlining set. Like he
Okay.
probably had a solid 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
So he was winging some of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he starts getting to the end, and he looks down and sees this elderly woman at a college show, and decides. And he didn't watch my set clearly,
Right.
and so he decides like, "Hey, I'm gonna say a bunch of obscene things to this older woman," and so he just starts saying very distasteful things to my grandmother. And the whole audience is dead silent. Because
Yeah.
they
They know.
They know it's my grandma.
Yeah, they've seen the show.
So he obviously wasn't watching.
Yeah, he wasn't watching. They've seen it.
So I'm peeking out of the curtain, and there's my grandmother, just so uncomfortable, and my sister's sitting there getting really ticked. Like I thought she was gonna punch him.
Oh, man.
So my grandma gets up to start to leave, and he goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry. Sit back down. I'll stop." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then he keeps it up. And so finally, I walk out on stage, and I hear this girl in the back go, "There he is." And I walk out, I hop down, and I hug my grandmother, and the whole crowd goes nuts. They're like, "Ah."
That's awesome.
And Dane goes, "Oh, dude, is that your mom?" And I go, "No, it's my grandma, you moron."
You called Dane Cook a moron. That's so cool.
and then I walked back, and so
that's awesome.
But then he started up again.
He
and it was
started
just, yes, I
again.
think he was just really angry that
Yeah.
my grandma wouldn't respond.
Right.
Like, he was
Yeah.
trying to get her to respond.
He's trying to get some. Yeah.
And then the audience wasn't responding, so he just mad. So he leaves, and the guy hosting the show goes out and goes, "We just want to thank everyone for coming, especially Dave's grandma, who's a retired pastor," which she was.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd is like, "Oh."
Everybody gets sick to their
Yeah.
stomach.
And so, but my grandma, I will say,
gosh.
she said to me, she's like, "You know what? Even though that was what it was, she's like, it was actually very sweet because I had all these college students coming up to me afterwards saying."
Oh, that's fun.
"We're so sorry. That wasn't funny at all." And she was like, that was nice." Like,
Yeah, I got a little attention for it. I'll take
I
it.
got attention from the.
Wow.
yeah. And then a year later,
Wow.
my friend was in California at a club and ran into Dane.
Oh wow.
And Dane asked him, "Hey, how's that dude's grandma?"
That's a perfect way to own that.
Oh
Yeah, that's
my
hilarious.
gosh.
I feel
That's
like.
funny.
Do you ever think, maybe you experience this or just seen other comics? I feel like that's a situation where Dane Cook is embarrassed and he knows he shouldn't be doing this, but because he's embarrassed, he also doesn't want to stop and admit that he's
Right.
done. So he just
Exactly.
continues to do
Right,
it,
you just keep digging your own grave.
hoping
Yeah.
that you find your stride along
Oh,
the way
yeah.
and people start finding it funny.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
really, it's just getting worse
Yeah,
and
you
worse.
just keep digging towards China and hope
Yeah.
that you hit
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, 'cause
Chinese
I've done
food.
that. Yeah, that's
You hit Chinese food.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for General Tso's 5,000 feet under the Earth's surface.
He told me it was buried there.
Seems worth it.
oh man.
The jackhammer.
What are you looking for, son?
Is that Bruce Willis?
Armageddon. I know. Yeah.
Oh, hey, good one. Oh, that movie. Wow.
Oh,
Great movie, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liv
It's-
Tyler.
It's always on.
When I was in
It
high
is.
school, I fell in
Yeah.
love with Liv Tyler.
Me too.
and
Yeah.
Really?
and Batman.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Batman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No. The what's his
Oh.
name?
Wow.
Oh, Val Kilmer. Yeah.
No,
Ben Affleck.
we do this. We do this thing
George
where we
Clooney,
just,
yeah.
it's all the wrong people.
He said Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
That
Ben
was-
Affleck.
I
yeah.
love that you went to Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
It's really good.
The obscure
As
Batman.
soon as you said it, I knew what you were. Yeah, Rich.
You know,
Timothy
Does it
Chalamet.
again.
this becomes a
Timothy
thing.
Chalamet.
Jules does this, and I say, I'm going to do the thing I do with
Yeah.
Steve right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a bunch of names that
Oh,
aren't
man.
anywhere close to what you're trying to get to.
So she really loves it too.
Oh,
huh?
she loves it. Yeah.
I
That's
have
what I do.
I have a buddy that whenever we talk about this type of stuff and he brings up an actor, I always go to the worst film that actor's in.
Yes.
That's the worst.
Yeah, like,
Yes,
oh, yeah,
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
What's the worst
Oh.
Val Kilmer movie? Batman?
No, that was actually pretty good.
It's
Batman
actually
Forever.
not
Yeah, that
terrible.
was.
I actually don't think he was a bad Batman.
The George Clooney. That was
Oh.
bad. That was
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of the worst
Yeah.
movies of all
Yeah.
time.
Who is Robin in that?
It's Chris O'Donnell, same
He's in
guy.
all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Robin's the same in all of them?
Yeah. It's just two. I mean, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. That's the two. He's in. Yeah.
Is
And
he
they're
in
just
anything
supposed to
else?
make us believe that like
Three
Batman's
Musketeers.
the same actor.
Three Musketeers.
I mean, no. I mean, it was like it kind of became like the James Bond thing, where it's like, oh, who's the next Batman? Who's gonna be the next
Right.
Batman and all
Somebody
that?
takes it over.
It's kind of always been that way, honestly.
What's
Pass
the
the
evolution
torch.
of Batman? It's Adam West is the first one.
And then
Mhm.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, if we're talking about the animated
Kilmer.
Batman, it's a whole different thing. But
Really?
yes, Val Kilmer, which I do love. But Val
Yeah.
Kilmer, yeah, then George Clooney. George Clooney movie, that was bad. All
Was
the,
Yeah.
was he bad or was the writing bad?
everything
Yeah,
was bad.
all of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger be Mr. Freeze.
That
Yes.
was so.
You know?
I'm gonna freeze you.
There was, I mean,
The
there
one-liners
was so
in that
much
movie.
going on in that
Yeah,
Oh.
there was so
movie.
lot.
Besides, because it was you had Alicia Silverstone being
Yep.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
George Clooney. It's so bad I can't even think of Batman's name.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. That was
Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's dating Elle McPherson in that film. Like,
Oh
bad.
wow.
and then
Oh.
Uma Thurman.
Yep.
Oh
Oh,
right, because
she
she's
played-
Ivy, right?
Poison
yeah,
Ivy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they had the guy that was actually cool in the.
I was
third
not allowed to
Batman,
watch that movie because of
Who's the bad guy? She was
Penguin.
No, Bane. Bane was in that.
Yeah.
But he was like this voiceless weird character that.
Yeah.
Right.
In this
He
He was like a
ridiculous
monster,
costume.
right?
Yeah, he was a
monster.
monster. Also, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger in a Batman movie, and you don't cast him as Bane. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, really.
You cast him as Mr. Freeze.
Man.
That was such a ridiculous movie.
so
cold. I gotta freeze you.
Have you seen that
That
movie?
was a miss.
Oh, it's so hilarious. We got to watch sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nonstop Arnold with him going like, "I used to meet you," and he, like, I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I'm dead
it's
serious.
the worst lines ever.
And he's
yeah.
like, "What killed the dinosaur? The Ice Age!" And then he
Yeah.
shoots.
Yeah.
He shoots. Yeah.
it's, what's sad is he's actually quoting actual lines.
Yeah.
They're in his memory bank.
Because I
That he
watched it as
can
a
just
kid and I
bring-
hated it still, but it
Oh.
stuck.
So going along with the theme of this show, I'll just change subjects.
Yes.
I actually ran into Arnold Schwarzenegger one time. Actually, he almost ran into me.
He's my hero.
I was in Santa Monica
Mm-hmm.
with my wife, and at the time he was the governor. And so we're walking down the beach. It was in the morning, and my wife says to me, I'm on the phone, and she says, "Hey, there's a bunch of guys walking around here with these things in their ear." And I'm like, "Oh, they're just on the phone. Like, what are you talking about?" And so she wanted to get breakfast. So
Yeah.
we walk over to this bike rental place, and she's talking to the guy at the bike rental place. All of a sudden, this guy on a bike whizzes right past me, almost hits me, stops like right about where Rich is, and I'm like, "Hey!" And I look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like, oh, it's totally fine. You just did that, actually.
So I go, "Hey, hon, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger." And so the bike guy comes running over, and no lie, his exact, Arnold goes, he's like, "How was it, sir?" And he goes, "Front wheel was a little wobbly." I was like, yes.
That is awesome. Oh man, that'd be so cool to be. Oh man, I love.
Wow.
So I quote that, and people are like, "Is that Last Action Hero? Like, what was that?"
No, it's my life, man.
The front wheel is a little
Front wheel's a little wobbly.
That's awesome.
Wow. So what were you talking about? Me being in love with Batman or something? That's when you started.
That
this
was
whole
your
thing.
first love. Was Batman?
Was your that you love Batman? Since
Normally,
a young
for
age.
most people in our
Is that-
generation, it's Arwen in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I love absolutely.
Usually, it's a crush on a woman in a.
Well, yeah,
alone in a
I
movie.
didn't have a crush on Batman.
Oh,
And
But
that's-
then, but then, you know, you start to get older and you realize that love is sacrificial and it's not about.
Wow.
first of all,
Yeah, we like
Liv
to get
Tyler,
deep on the podcast.
Yeah, it's
you
really
can
good.
tell.
Liv
Yeah.
Tyler in Lord of the Rings. That scene is the most romantic scene I've ever seen in my life. And
Wait,
when
which
they're-
one?
When she's like giving
finally
her
reunited with the king at the end.
no,
Or
no, in the
I was
first
gonna
one.
say there's
her-
like
the even star.
12 different.
Yes,
Yeah.
the immortality
Her
thing. I'm like,
immortality.
yo, this
That's
is
powerful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Like I just felt that.
I
But,
give up immortality for you.
yeah,
It's very
that's
similar to
yeah.
Star Wars with Leia and Luke.
And no, Hayden Christensen, Luke and Leia.
yeah.
Wait.
With
I thought you were
Hayden
talking about.
Christensen and-
Like you're talking about sand.
with Anakin in the sand. It's very similar.
I really hope in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi show that Darth Vader mentions something about sand.
Sand.
That would be
I
incredible.
hate
Yeah.
sand.
Yeah.
It's cold.
That's
and
what I
rough.
want. Something
gonna-
subtle
And
like
it's
that.
everywhere.
Dave Filoni he'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
He'll
so
be
excited
like,
for that show.
Here, let me do a little rewrite for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna call it a work for a week just to binge that show, man. I'm so excited for that show.
Just to finish the show.
I can't come in,
Who
man.
was I talking to on Sunday who realized? Oh yeah, I was talking to the Wrights, Josh Wright. He was
Yeah.
saying that he was only watching The Mandalorian because it was Star Wars. If it wasn't Star Wars, it wouldn't be a worthy show.
Really?
But I think The Mandalorian
Interesting.
is a good show.
It was a really
I'll
good
go to
show.
bat
Yeah.
for The Mandalorian.
I love.
I
The
mean,
Mandalorian.
I don't know how you separate it from Star Wars. There's
Yeah.
just too much that's
It
in there
is
that
Star
is
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what the point of
Yeah,
the show.
that's
is.
kind of why they did it that way.
But I get
Yeah.
the sentiment because it could also be like the Marvel going on the Marvel movies. I feel like Captain America: Winter Soldier could be a great movie standalone.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
such a good movie. So,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
the Mandalorian's much harder because it's all Star Wars. Like that's the point of it.
It is-
so that'd
yeah.
be very hard
Yeah,
to
you're
separate.
drowning.
Made for nerds.
Yeah. So I don't.
Which
Does
that's
does,
why I like it.
Yeah.
does he listen? Who were you talking about? Who is this?
My friend Joshua.
Does Joshua listen to this podcast?
No, he
He's-
can't
he's not
handle
a good
it.
friend.
He said he listened to 15 minutes.
He
One
couldn't
time.
Did he
take it.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you never said that.
he
That's
said
hilarious.
it was funny, but like he could get through about 15 minutes
Yeah.
and he was done.
Yeah.
Well, that shows how weak-minded he is. Right?
Wow.
He's not strong with the Force.
Yeah, absolutely. His metachlorine count must be very low. Right?
Yeah.
That'll get him.
We just wave our hands.
Metachlorine
Change
count.
his
Waving it out,
mind.
but out like that.
Doesn't
You're a public credits will do no good here.
I think like metachlorine count is kind of like testosterone in older Jedi. Like the metachlorine count starts going down.
We
Yeah.
have low M.
Low M. It's like a vitamin.
prescribe-
Vitamin M.
I'm taking M supplements.
Frank Thomas is out there prescribing.
One for you.
Hey, you want to up your force?
25 milligrams.
But take it from me, Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas. Now I'm a Jedi.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Wow.
Man,
I love that.
that's crazy.
What if being a Jedi wasn't about the Force? It was just about taking pills. That would be so underwhelming.
I think it would be called the Matrix.
And also like the Sith, like they're into like snorting their pills for the Force. So that way it's a
Yeah.
little more powerful,
Oh,
but it also is more
oh my-
detrimental to them. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that would be horrible. That would just
Yeah.
the whole universe topples.
That
if that's
actually-
the
Oh,
case.
yeah.
I feel like that could be like a good indie film. You know,
Yeah.
it ended up in the Cannes
Yeah.
Film Festival.
Here's a question for you related to Star
Millennium
Wars.
Falcon spotting.
If they came out with another Bourne movie, would you watch it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Matt Damon's in it, I'm not watching Jeremy Renner again. but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, probably
Oh
that.
my
Yeah.
gosh! Even though the newest Bourne movie was not good.
You don't think it was any good?
I did
Nah,
not like
didn't-
Jason
I didn't
Bourne.
like it as much.
No.
I didn't think it was this
Yeah.
good.
The producer called him up and was like, "You know, you're gonna have to talk even less now.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
That's not what I.
Tommy Lee
That's not
Jones
what I
looked like he was
subscribe.
about to die in that movie at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
was
agree.
unnerving.
Yeah.
He was
Made
so
me
old in
unnerving.
that.
He looks very old. It was unnerving.
I love Tommy Lee Jones. Like, dude, when you watch that, like, dude, it's time
Yeah.
to hang it up, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. Man.
He's out there confusing
Oh,
movies. Like,
Von
I'm
Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Want to get born?
Oh. I don't care.
Dude, I love Tommy Lee
What's the
Jones.
best Tommy Lee Jones movie you've
Oh,
seen?
The
wow.
Fugitive,
Yeah, same.
for sure.
Yeah.
Head of the House. What's that one where he was the cop with the cheerleaders?
Where he's
Oh
Scarface.
my
You know what I'm
gosh.
talking about? I can't
Yes,
remember
I
the
do
name.
know what you're talking about. I forgot that movie
Is there
existed.
one where there was a volcano in Los Angeles?
Oh yeah,
He was
I
in
think
that.
it was just called Volcano.
Yeah, it was Volcano.
Volcano.
Oh, I
You're
never
right.
saw that.
You're right.
Yeah.
And the
Oh my
woman
gosh.
pushing her children on the lake and burning to death. Like you remember that? That was
Yeah.
a weird.
Yeah.
That was a
I
weird
watched that with
scene.
my dad when I was in middle school.
Yeah, really good bonding.
Wait,
moment,
was
I'm
that
sure.
they were crossing the lake on a boat?
Wait. You know what?
Or
though?
is that
no.
Dante's
that might
Peak?
be Dante's Peak.
Yeah, Dante's
they
Peak.
all came out at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, they did.
Oh, that
They
was a
did.
spin-off of Dawson's
Yeah.
Creek,
It
right?
was like-
Dante's
Yeah,
Peak.
Dante's Peak,
Creek.
Dawson's Creek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dante's Creek. It's an Italian water. A lot happens. Here.
Dawson's Creek was a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before. It was
right.
before everything went off.
Yeah.
You know, they were just. Yeah,
Everything
it
got
was the
sulfuric
drama
and
of the
flammable.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creek was on fire after that. Yeah.
So they actually told Matt Damon that he's going to talk less? Like, he needs to talk less?
I think they counted it was like 30 lines he had for the whole movie.
And that's not the kind of movie where, I don't know, because certain movies that can work. Like,
Yeah.
you ever seen Sicario? It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So, Benicio del Toro,
A Quiet Place.
he removed 80% of his lines.
I was gonna say he talks very little in that movie.
But that was what made it great because
Right.
he's so mysterious. And
Right.
there's so much about him you're trying to figure out. And like he was, but that worked. But I feel like in a Bourne movie,
well, that's what they were trying to go for in Bourne was. But you're right. I mean, the
Yeah.
first two movies were very much like interesting because
yeah.
there was so much intrigue going on
Yeah.
and other things happening besides just Bourne.
But now you know what there is to know about Jason Bourne.
Right.
So I feel like it has to be. I don't know.
So now they're trying to add mystery.
I think
by-
as far as trilogies go, Bourne 1 through 3 is maybe the strongest trilogy I've ever
I
seen. Like I
agree.
could think about it as one movie,
Yeah.
and I'd take any of the individual movies as a top movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's so good.
True.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best trilogies.
watching our time.
What's
yeah.
Julia Stiles doing now? What's her deal?
I think she's.
I think she's like one of those like people. I think you see an article every once in a while, like actors who left to get real jobs. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen her much at all.
Yeah.
Because she was in the first three,
She was
and
in
then
the Bourne
she was
movies.
in the Jason Bourne.
Thanks, Tommy.
But then she was also in. Wasn't she in like a bunch of like?
10 Things I Hate About
English-
You,
10 Things.
Yeah,
About You.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
and then she was
The
in.
one with Jason Lee.
English period
What was
piece.
that movie with Jason Lee where he's engaged?
Oh.
And all right, I'm making that up.
Mona Lisa. Smile.
No,
Mona
that-
Lisa.
Mona
Smile.
Lisa
That's a movie with
Smile.
Julia Roberts and
Yeah.
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles is in that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then there's another one where she's a hip hop dancer. She's
Yes.
a
Yes,
classical
Save
dancer.
the Last Dance.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watch a lot of rom coms.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
I can't tell at all. Oh wow.
Sometimes you just want to feel something. So
So I watched. I was trying to wait for you, but I watched Better Off Dead the other day.
Oh my gosh, awesome!
Yeah,
This
right.
That's one of my favorite movies of all
It's so
time.
good.
This
Yeah.
was something.
Wait, have you not seen
we're-
it?
Were we talking about seeing this?
Yeah, this is right, Ricky.
Oh, that
Oh
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Oh, we never watched that
We
together.
didn't.
It's
Oh, we should do it still
it's
though.
one
We
of
should
my
watch it
favorite
again.
films, yeah.
It's
Really?
It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, we
It's
didn't watch-
John Cusack.
John
I love John
Cusack,
Cusack.
Yeah, when he's
I
like
love
20.
There
Yeah.
are so many quotable.
Oh
and,
my gosh.
say anything.
He jumps off the bridge, ends up in a dump truck.
I'll let you quote this line. I want to keep my job.
And then the dump truck goes by these two guys that are cutting trees,
Okay.
and they're two black guys. And the guy says, "Man, that's an awful shame when white people would be throwing out a perfectly good white boy like that."
That's
It was
awesome.
really
Curtis-
funny.
Well, I need to watch
Curtis
this movie now.
Armstrong's in it too. The guy that was in Revenge of the Nerds and
Yes.
all that kind of stuff.
He's the best friend,
He's
yeah.
hilarious in that too.
Oh, yeah.
But what's funny about that movie is there's like just all these amazing comedic things in it and little bits.
Yeah.
But then there's this really cheesy scenes that are so 80s. There's
Yes.
like a claymation hamburger song and dance that happens.
with his
I'm in.
with his burger girlfriend.
Yeah, and then there's like skiing montages
Yes.
over like 80s music. and,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, it's really good. And then
Yeah.
they throw that in there just to keep you humble. Like it's really just a good.
This is an 80s movie.
But
Was
also there was a movie that came out the year before by the same director, same writer. I can't think of his name, but it was called One Crazy Summer, and it's John Cusack, Demi Moore, John or Bobcat Goldthwait. Who else is in it? But
I've
it's
seen
like
that
they're
one.
all like in their late teens, early
Yeah.
20s. Like, and it's
Mhm.
it's the same style of humor. It's
Yeah.
not as funny as Better Off Dead, but
Okay.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We gotta watch a movie together. We need
Yeah,
to.
it's
We'll do it.
like
Next time
it's
we hang
some
out.
dark comedy. It's like 80s dark comedy.
in.
That's just really
I love 80s
It's
movies,
so
man.
good.
Yeah.
80s and
So
90s
good.
movies.
Oh, there's so much nostalgia there. You know, it's just it's so great.
I don't know
So-
why. I am very drawn to like 90s movies. I feel like 90s dramas are kind of unbeatable.
The realism factor is definitely there too because it wasn't like overdone.
Right.
You know?
Action movies
you
and
sure
drama
about that?
movies.
Well, no drama. Certain dramas were not.
Yeah,
but, like
dramas, I
action
guess.
movies
Yeah, yeah.
were overdone
Yeah, yeah,
for
action
sure,
movies, yeah.
in a great way though. But-
What action movies do you think of are overdone in the 90s?
In the 90s,
Yeah.
I mean, The Matrix.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
That movie didn't age well, man.
No,
I
it
used
really
to love
didn't.
the Matrix movies, and then I tried watching it again a few years
It's-
ago, and I was like, oh,
It's not as not as it doesn't hit you as hard now.
no.
Yeah.
But they were still revolutionary movies, though.
Yeah,
You know?
they still changed the industry.
Spy
Yeah.
Kids 3D.
Oh, such a great movie.
Yeah, that really changed the industry.
Oh, it did. Revolutionized.
We wouldn't have Avatar if it wasn't for Spy Kids 3.
Yeah, the great action movie.
James Cameron often talks about that he drew
Yeah.
inspiration from
Did he
Spy Kids.
ever make another good movie after Avatar?
James Cameron?
Yeah.
I don't think he's made a movie since because he's been working on
the second
Avatar
one.
2 and 3.
Really?
Yeah.
What,
Is he still working on it?
Oh yeah, it's coming out next year. Avatar 2 comes out next year.
Other action movies. Hunt for-
Did that
Hunt for
movie
Red
live up to, like, is that still good, Avatar?
I've watched it again. I still enjoy it.
Okay.
The movie going experience though was
Oh, yeah.
unbeatable.
That's what I
Yeah.
heard was from people. You needed to go to the theater
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
really get it.
That I mean, I think I've only had 2 experiences in a movie theater like that. It was Avatar and then Jurassic Park, the first one.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That was my.
That must
I
have
mean,
been cool.
I was 13, and it went on a Friday night with my grandpa, and it was like that's my favorite movie of all time. Just
Really?
because of,
It's a
yeah,
great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
It is.
What
It's
was so
great.
groundbreaking about Avatar?
The visual
3D
effects.
technology.
3D at the time.
Yeah.
Was
But
3D new
It
at
was
the time?
like right.
He did something different though. It was like 3D was like, oh, it pops off the screen. Yay.
Mhm.
This was like you literally were. It was there. Like you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
he used 3D cameras for filming
like
it.
you know
That's
how you
why.
go to
That's probably
amusement
what it
parks
was.
now and they have all those like rides that you sit in and stuff. I mean that was where that came
Yeah.
from.
He did use. There were 2 lenses, and then both of them had its own reel going,
Mm.
and that's what they. So when it translated into 3D, they had actually 2, like it wasn't upscaled or whatever. 2 3D. It was actually shot in 3D.
And there was so much hype
Yeah.
around it, too because he had talked about that he was working on this movie years ago and he didn't have the technology yet to
Yeah.
make it. So like there was this hype around like, oh, James Cameron has this vision, but he can't make the movie yet because the technology doesn't exist and all that. But yeah, Avatar 2
had that
inching up.
movie for Star Wars.
You're getting good with that one, man.
Prequels. Yeah, when I was working on the prequels, Jar Jar is a really interesting character.
George, talk to us a little about the Star Wars movie. How did you make? Did you remember like the original trilogy? I had them on VHS, and there were
Yeah.
Me too.
30-minute interviews
Yes.
before each one
Before each one.
Mhm.
of that
Yep.
guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking George Lucas.
We
man.
gotta hate and kind of act.
George, that's phenomenal.
There's a guy that just stumbled into greatness. You know? That's
One
all
night
it
I
was.
Yeah, pretty
was
much.
at a Chili's, and
Pretty
the next thing I know, I'm
Seriously, there's so many. Like I read a lot of books on mindset and success stuff and all that, and all it talks about like the mindset you have to have, and the work ethic you have to have, and all this. And George Lucas just wrote a script, and he wrote the script and thought it was going to fail, and just
Yeah.
goes out with whoever it was, Steven Spielberg, and
Yeah.
like let's go party, and he comes back and the movie's a huge hit. That pisses me off, man.
well, I guess
Talk about someone who definitely was an indie like producer, filmmaker at the time. Like
Yeah.
did not want the studios touching his stuff
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out and makes like a $4 billion franchise.
It's insane.
Like what?
I think the
man.
real feat though is like isn't it like the like the production company that he started in like,
THX.
doing that, like he basically just had a bunch of college dudes like make it look like it did, right? Like that's the space and everything.
The special effects stuff
Yeah.
was
that was just like
Well, he did Skywalker,
ILM at the time.
Yeah.
and then he
ILM
started
did that.
Skywalker Sound, which does the sound
he,
for like
he
most
had
every
Ben Burt
movie.
do a lot of stuff with Skywalker Sound.
So
Yeah.
what did you say, Ben Burt?
Yeah.
He was the sound guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went to Syracuse, and so
Did
there's
he
like-
really?
Yeah, he went to the school I went to,
Oh,
and there's
wow.
like there's this like myth that Syracuse's football stadium is a dome, and outside the dome the walls have these like curved, like inward pillars. Or, I don't know. It's
Okay,
just these
okay.
curved things that you can stand in, and if you jump really hard, it makes like the sound of like a bzoo bzoo bzoo, like the lasers.
Oh, that's cool.
The lasers.
Yeah.
So there's this myth that that's where he got the idea for the sound for Star Wars. The problem is the dome was built in like 1984, so like, or 83, something like that.
What a great story,
yeah,
though.
But people,
Yeah.
you can
That's
go on,
really
You
funny.
can go on a tour at Syracuse University
And
today,
they'll say that.
some kid is probably telling that story to his tour guide.
That's
oh, this is
hilarious.
where he came up with the sound. Everyone stand and jump at the same time. Like,
Interesting, because it wasn't here. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, that's actually I think he went to what would it wouldn't have been cell towers at the time. What would have just like
Water tower.
bell peppers.
well no that have cables, bell peppers,
There it is.
Oh, wait,
jalapeno.
towers that have wires. You're saying?
Yeah, towers that have support wires.
High tension
Because
wires.
there's not enough towers
Yeah.
that have wires. I
And
gotta
then
say.
and then he would just like take like a stick or like a metal rod and
like
just
an
start
angel
and,
hair
and hit it.
pasta.
Yeah, or angel hair pasta.
Look, by the third
That was-
movie, he was up. To
That was actually
fettuccine.
how he cut his angel hair to make sure it was not too long. It was before it was boiled.
Here's the question we should be: how did George Lucas get that angel hair? You know?
Yeah, the angelic hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, look at the mane on that guy. It's like a lion. Wow.
Oh, dude, that's a really good. Dude, you may have just one up me. That Jeff Goldblum was incredible. dude.
That was good.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Man, I gotta step
Wow.
up my game now.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
How-
You gotta take a step up.
He was about to
you
go
know,
into it.
Find a good set of stairs.
I was, but no, I'm
Um,
kind of self-conscious now.
When did we start? Like 7:30? It's 8:15.
50 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing fine.
Yeah.
Piece of
So yeah, maybe like 20 more.
Mm.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We're good.
All right. Yeah.
You know.
Should we talk about stupid stuff?
Yeah.
Say a
let's
quick
talk
hello to our listeners. You know,
Let's
Should we
see
say
how
hello
they're
to our
doing.
listeners?
Hey,
hey
listeners.
listeners.
Hi. Okay, that
How's
was
it going?
If you made
Yeah.
it this far,
Was
you
it-
should probably turn off now.
Yeah.
Our watchers.
It's about to
and
get
listeners.
really grotesque.
Hey, I had an idea.
Yeah.
I had a topic I wanted to add to this.
Oh,
Oh,
I like
joy.
it. Let's do
I
it.
was talking with a friend the other day. I don't know if I told you this already.
So
Hopefully not.
Steve or I, that's who you were.
No.
He probably told me because we're better friends.
My
than-
other friend.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
talk about that, by the way. But go ahead.
My other friend who lives at my house. A dating app for butchers.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
and it's called Tender.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
There has to be a lot of meat puns.
Yeah,
in
there's a
there.
lot of
Okay.
it needs to be
Mhm,
full of
mhm.
meat puns.
Yeah.
You know, just you're tired of getting the scraps and leftovers. There's only choice cuts here.
Mm.
Finding
Yeah.
finding a good match is rare.
Finding
Yeah.
a good match
Yeah.
is rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Uh huh.
In
I
one
like
of
that.
in one of my writing classes in college, I pitched a movie where a vegan falls in love with a butcher, and it was called The Slaughterhouse Rules.
That's awesome.
They didn't let me write it.
Oh, that's awesome.
hilarious.
Oh,
I love that.
man.
Tender.
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 Like that.
Yeah.
Tender.
Yeah. So just you know,
Love me tender.
Only for butchers.
only for because butchers. You
Look
know,
at the fluff.
where's their app? You know, that's how I thought of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That's how you should pitch it to a board meeting. You know, because butchers, where's their app?
The dating app world is missing a huge demographic in butchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Christian butchers.
Oh, that was the other
more
thing.
Specific.
Yeah, we went into Christian butchers,
I
right?
forget how we got it there though.
I don't. There was something else you said.
There's gonna be
Yeah.
hundreds of members.
That
of
was
this.
another. It was another joke.
Worldwide.
Oh man.
Man. Well,
yeah. Sorry.
No,
ahead.
that was a good little side topic.
Thanks.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of butchers, where if you guys had to live in a store for the rest of your life, but it can't be a food store. Okay, so it can't be grocery stores. It can't be a convenience store. What store would you live in, and how would you survive? And why would you want to live in that store? Go.
It's mumbling. I feel like my mind went to a Bass Pro Shop. Like, yes, I'm not into hunting or fishing or anything, but that's where my mind went. Have you ever been in one? It's magical.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
have been. Yeah.
yeah.
When, Oh, so by the way,
There's so many
when I
things
did
there.
comedy, I had a partner. Like we sang stupid songs, and it was like Flight of the Conchords before Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
With more energy. But anyway, so whenever we were on the road, we would try to find things to do when we weren't performing. And if there was ever a Bass Pro Shop, we would just go there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it
Just
was
to have
like-
fun.
Yeah, you just walk around, and it's like amazing how
Oh yeah.
big those places are.
That
Yeah,
Cabela's
yeah,
too.
like
same
Cabela's,
thing.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Huge.
And I mean, it's great to people watch in there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love
went,
people
went to a
watching.
Bass Pro Shop with like 6 or 7 floors in it
Oh.
because
What?
so it's in Memphis, and so
Oh,
Memphis, the
my.
Grizzlies used to play in this Pyramid Stadium. It's called the Pyramid, but they don't play there anymore. So they converted the entire stadium into a Bass Pro Shop,
My
and you
God.
can take an elevator to the top of the pyramid and like see the whole city.
How much fishing stuff can you have?
It's crazy.
I mean, it's Memphis, Tennessee.
yeah.
You've got all of the rivers
Yeah.
yeah,
plus hunting
Yeah.
plus
that's true.
barbecue sauce.
plus barbecue sauce.
Oh, there's galore.
Yeah,
they're probably
Yeah.
they're. That's where you want to go. Is the pyramid in Memphis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bass Pro's a good answer.
That is a
Yeah,
good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't normally wear camouflage, but if I live there, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Now
Right.
imagine
I don't
what.
normally eat camouflage.
What if I was starving to death? I
But
would-
I'm sure they have snacks in some of the registers.
Sure.
Yeah,
or
fine.
That's all you
live
need.
bait, whatever.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine too? Like, so Dave's really, really good at for living there for a while. He's gotten very good at blending into the surroundings,
Yeah.
using camouflage, whatever. But there's this rumor that there's this legend that starts going that there's a man that lives at this Bass Pro Shop, but nobody really knows, and
Yeah.
becomes this huge attraction. And I feel like you have to get very good at not getting caught. Because
Yeah.
obviously if you get caught, that's another thing.
Yeah, you can't get caught.
But that's like the worst place to do that because now you've got hunters coming in to hunt you.
Yeah,
and all of their stuff is right there.
Yeah.
Black Friday deal, if you can catch Dave, you get a
Yeah.
free shotgun or something.
Oh man.
Wow, that's a great choice, man.
Oh.
I don't even know where to go
That
from
is-
there.
Pep Boys.
It's cool.
Okay,
that's awesome. That's so great. I don't know why.
would you want to finally see what's behind the parts counter?
Yeah. I just feel like they're hiding cookies back there.
Well, those aisles go on for infinity.
They do, and everything smells like just rubber.
Oh, I know.
Like tire rubber.
Yeah.
It just has a great smell in there.
It's got to be good for you to breathe that in constantly.
Yeah,
Where's-
absolutely.
Why is there not a Pep Boys for butchers though? We keep alienating people. How's a butcher supposed to feel?
Tommy, you're
welcome at
stuck
Pep
on the
Boys?
butchers.
Pep butchers.
Yeah.
Butchers.
It's a butcher
pep
shop
in your
that smells
cup.
like rubber.
And they use the Pep Boy figurines, but they're all dressed in like white aprons with blood on them and knives instead of wrenches.
It's like a scary version of Arby's Big Boy. That's what that would look like. That's-
My nutrition would consist of a lot of oil. Yeah, a lot of 5-weight 30.
I feel like they have some gummy worms and stuff at the front desk.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
That's everything the body needs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nutritional.
an unbelievable amount of gluten.
That's right.
IKEA might be fun to live at.
Oh, there you
that is
go.
a good one. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be really
You
good.
just kind of move from
Yeah.
set to set.
Set
Yeah.
to set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloomingdale's could be good runner-up.
That'd be a good one. Runner up.
Bloomingdale's.
Yo,
Bloomingdale's.
I
Like
Is there
old
still a Bloomingdale's in the Little
expired
Grove Mall?
department stores.
No.
I think.
No, it's gone.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
like
Expired department store.
Caldors.
Yeah,
Is
Cal.
that a thing? It's-
Caldors?
you said Bloomingdale's is gone?
Strawbridge and Clothier.
I guess so. It is gone?
Woolworths. Yeah, it's
I thought it was still there.
no, it's gone.
Okay.
Men's Warehouse.
Oh wait, no, wait, Bloomingdale's. I'm sorry, that is still there.
That is still
yeah,
there.
that is still there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I haven't been there.
I was
in
at the
a
mall
long
today
time.
by myself.
Yeah.
Little Grove Mall.
It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's actually kind of sad there.
Yeah, I know, because
Yeah.
it's like, hey, when you're
There's so
there,
many things that moved out.
yeah, and when you're
Yeah.
there, you're just like, oh, I should just be at King of Prussia Mall right now, because
Yeah.
why am I here?
Yeah.
I
A lot
used
of
to work
stuff in
there
the
years
food
ago.
court,
I was
though.
buying Casey
Yeah.
a shirt for
Yeah.
his birthday. I got him a Nirvana T-shirt.
Hot Topic.
Nice.
Yeah, the Hot Topic
Yeah.
shirt.
Hot Topic.
It's the first time I've been a Hot Topic in years.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, how'd that feel walking into
It
a
is
Hot
so
Topic?
strange.
Oh,
at your
yeah.
age,
It's
yeah.
mostly just like everything is black and there's anime on it.
Mhm.
Like every piece of clothing is
Everything's
black with
Attack
anime.
on Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I used to work at, it was my first job at Willow Grove Mall. Worked at GameStop.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I
Yep.
thought you were gonna say
yeah.
Hot Topic.
Oh, yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was fun, man. That was back in the, we were so busy at that GameStop.
Was that
Oh,
when they
yeah.
had two of them?
Yep. Well, because it was EB Games at first,
Right, it
and we
was
bought
EB
out EB
Games.
Games.
I
Yeah.
remember EB Games.
Yeah.
I actually liked
used-
EB Games better back in the day, but then GameStop bought
It
it.
actually
and
used to be called Electronics Boutique.
correct.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long ago that was.
The
Yep.
EB.
EB.
EB
that
Games.
was that. Yeah.
Try to compete with
Yeah.
GameStop.
They were
and
trying to
GameStop was like,
compete.
"Nah."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Mm.
So I would live in Raymore and Flanagan, and I would sleep on every
Yes.
single mattress.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
beauty rests, I would be getting so much beauty rest in those
Screw
things.
food. You just
I don't
just
need
get
food.
rest.
But that is a problem
you
because.
just don't move.
Well-
You don't spend any calories.
But here's the thing: what I'll do is I will pay attention to when the employees are ordering food. Okay, and I'll show up in the break room. I'll have an outfit that looks like I work there. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And I'll eat
Oh,
with
you're
them.
gonna be incognito.
And I'll tell them like, "Hey, can you order me this? I'll Venmo you."
Yeah.
Never will.
Yeah.
You know. But I'll just get the food, and then eventually they'll be like, "Wow, Rich hasn't paid us back." Or but also
you're gonna use your real name.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
What do I have to lose at this point?
Yeah.
But also the good thing is then they're talking about me, and then they start to forget about the fact that I live there, and they just think I'm an employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure also me having an enormous beard down to my ankles after a while also, like, I don't know. But I think living at Raymore and Flanagan would be great because I can just chill, dude.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
chill
Chill,
so
bro.
hard.
Really hard.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You'd
It'd be great.
ruin all the memory foam. It would
Oh.
it would just remember you.
Yeah.
People would be buying this and like, this is a weird
Every bed is just
shape. It's like that rich guy with the long beard. It's shaped like him. Like, what's that about?
Why is there poop in all of these beds?
Because I can't use the employee restrooms. You know?
all of
Can you
those
imagine?
all of those memory foam beds will get
What's that
depressed
guy
because it'll
doing
just
under that
remember
bed?
you.
Oh, man. That'd be so gross. I pooped
Oh.
in memory foam mattresses. It just gets like... it just seeps into
That's
it.
where Rich pooped.
We started saran wrapping our mattresses after that whole incident.
Fiasco.
Hey, like I just become a staple of it. When just like people come, like customers just see me wandering around with my huge beard, and I'll tell you this: when my beard gets to a certain level, I'm not wearing clothes anymore.
You won't need to.
I don't need to, man, and I'm not doing it.
How is that not mutually exclusive?
Wait, I'm really confused how you get away from the security guards.
Are there security guards? Who's robbing Raymore and Flanagan? Like running out with beds on their backs? Like,
I mean, but they're gonna have this guy walking around naked
Well,
with
no,
a
no,
beard
no.
down to the
I'll
floor.
walk and make sure my front is always facing people. So that way.
Well, if you grow your hair out, you could cover.
oh, wow.
What?
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. I can have the back and the front cover. Let's do it.
You just grow it
I'm
and
in.
then right down and around.
Yeah.
and then just tie it right back off.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I can make it like
Wow.
I can make it like a romper and tie my
disgusting.
beard and my hair together.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I got nothing.
Nature's toga.
I got nothing. Nature's toga. Wow.
Oh man.
That's too bad.
Great.
Too bad Adam didn't have enough time for that.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah, he would have
Poor
had a
guy.
lot of fun.
He would have.
Wow.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. Amen. E pluribus unum.
Oh my gosh.
So we got one last dumb topic on here.
Oh.
How are we doing, Steve?
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah. You want
All right.
to move? All right.
Yeah, let's move.
Let's move.
Where are we going?
Move it. Move it.
Take
I
it
like
there.
that. Move it.
So
But don't sing too much of that. You have to pay a royalty.
That's right.
it's true.
We're worried about DMCA.
So I don't know about you guys. Dave, you're a married man.
I sure am.
You know, and I don't know about you, but my first year of marriage was super hard because my wife thought I was so annoying. But anyway, so I used to have anger problems at the wazoo, and I used to get very angry over the littlest stuff, like the littlest things.
Like what?
Like for example, I'm a techie guy, and when technology doesn't do what it was invented to do, I get very upset. When my remote lags on my Fire Stick, I get mad.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm like, hey, if you're going to invent something, make sure it works. You know?
Yeah.
So that's
So
kind of
you
stuff.
called up
angers me.
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got mad. I got in his face.
Yeah, you should have.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some choice words.
Yeah. I had some choice words for that, Baldy.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
why he went to
Whoa,
space.
whoa,
He's-
Oh, I'm so
Baldy.
sorry.
Wow.
Oh.
Can't be throwing that around.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Some of us can't grow our hair to make clothing out of. Okay.
I'm really sorry.
That's why Jeff Bezos went to space. He was like, I got to get away from Rich.
But yeah, so and I got that from my dad, and my dad had it even worse than I did. So I
Tommy.
remember one time I
Tommy
was
and
sitting outside with my dad as he was trying to fix his truck, and my dad's 6'3", and he hits his head a lot on things.
Yeah.
And when he hits his head on things, he would get viciously angry. It was very entertaining. Like thinking back now, it's very funny. This one time, he was fixing something under his truck, and he gets out from under it, and he had his door open of his truck, and he hits his head on the corner of the door that's open. Okay, he gets very mad. He gets up and he starts going. And my dad is a very devout Christian, and he's very straight laced, and he tries really hard not to curse. So he was not cursing, but he's just going. And then he kicks the door closed on his truck and dents the whole door in. And he was very angry. Now I got a lesser version of that. I don't kick holes in things like he did.
Yeah, yeah.
But what small things do you guys get excessively angry about?
What were the stupid things
Yeah.
they get angry at?
Yeah, like you shouldn't get really angry about, but you do.
Sirens.
Yeah.
Sirens make me really.
Yeah, like while you're
Yeah.
recording a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming for us.
Yeah.
That
They
it's
know I'm
about
here.
time,
Mhm.
honestly.
Yeah.
Potatoes au gratin piss me off.
He's like, Mom, why'd you make those again?
Is this mustard? Is it mayonnaise? What is this?
Make borscht.
Make
Oh my
borscht.
Big borscht.
I don't know why that was in my head all week. Thank you.
You know, I used to get mad at
What?
when I'd wake up in the morning when I lived at my parents' house. I was an only
Yeah.
child. Tommy knows. My mom used to make my breakfast every morning, and if my syrup wasn't heated up, I threw a fit.
Wow.
I didn't actually throw a fit, but she would make my breakfast for me, heat my syrup up.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I used to get really mad when my mom would make me up for school and be real chipper about it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I hate that stuff.
Me too.
Oh, that was
It's time to get up. No.
yeah. My
No.
dad would come in the room and shake me.
Okay, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's shake me.
Yeah.
Yell at me like it's time to get up.
Yeah.
But this like sing song,
Oh,
thing
that's
is
horrible.
just
My
not
mom would
good.
do that stuff too. I hated that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't need to wake up.
Yeah.
So-
Diaper rash.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
my-
When I was
still hate
18.
that.
Oh.
My dad he's a really good dad. He always tried to be supportive of us when we were kids.
That's cute.
And right. and so but he also like wanted to try and like, push us a little bit. Like, if we weren't doing enough, like, give us a nudge. So so I was in high school playing ice hockey for the school team, and I was bad mostly just because I didn't put enough time and effort into being good. And my dad, bless his soul, he would just like try and give me these little pushes, and I would get so mad at him because I'm like,
Even though he's being gentle.
he was being like he was being gentle and he was being kind, but he was still being like, you got to do more than you're doing right now. Like that's what it's about. And I would be so mad at him. One day he said something like, you got to get mad. You got to make a difference. And I was like, Dad, that's it. That's it. Drop me off right now. I'm going to walk to the rink. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. We don't talk the rest of the ride there.
I would have dropped you off.
Yeah.
Did he?
No, he didn't.
Did he wants you to make a difference, like in the game of hockey,
Well,
or like
see,
in the world.
See,
Like, what-
now I'm thinking maybe it was
A metaphor.
a metaphor.
yeah,
He was like, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't about hockey right now.
Yeah.
This is about your life.
This is about the cheese
Yeah.
industry.
It's about the cheese
Yeah.
industry.
Temple Grandin and the cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get the nacho instead of the Munster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
Steve
know?
started Yardumian Farms.
Yeah.
I love their milk.
Oh,
I
it's
did.
so good.
I did, like 8 years from now.
What if ice hockey rinks were just covered in ground beef, and they played a match on the ice hockey rink?
On the ground.
Said- He told us this the other night.
And, like you're just watching people like fall over, like and like get it on their jerseys, and like it's staining.
You know how hard it would be on your quads to be trudging through meat.
Well, and then like what did you say? The puck would like make a path through the meat.
That's so funny. Oh man.
I mean, welcome to the podcast,
Yes.
Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to re-meet the rink at halftime.
What's the thing? What's the
Remake.
machine called they use? at
Zamboni.
Zamboni.
Zamboni for meat.
Smoothing it out.
Like ground beef being.
It just a layer of ground beef.
Can you
Guy
imagine what
wearing
that
over.
Zamboni would look like afterwards? Too?
Oh,
Just be
my.
covered in blood.
It looked like they were in war. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna get
That's
some
great.
letters from what is it, PETA? They're gonna-
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
We heard about your meat hockey idea. Gonna shut you down.
30 NFL team stadiums are filled with millions of pounds of ground beef.
We're browning it before the game, and then we're gonna play.
It'll be safe.
I was gonna say, can you imagine the smell
Yeah.
in that stadium after a week?
Oh, totally
The
disgusting.
flies everywhere.
It's like apocalypse
What?
hockey.
Oh my gosh.
So awful.
It's like something that- oh my gosh, it's like something from Mad Max or something.
Oh, wow.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that was good.
How about the
Any other
economy?
stupid? Wait. What? Like, wait. You said
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if you have any stupid things to say.
I'm
You've been
trying
angry at.
that I get angry at.
He just asked you if you have anything stupid to say.
Yeah,
Did you hear
I
that?
was-
You have anything?
I got
you have
plenty.
anything stupid?
We're running out of time though. I don't know if there's like stupid. I don't think I get really mad at things, but there are things that like bother me.
Mm.
So like in baseball, like it really bothers me when so let's say we're at the Phillies game, right? And so the Phillies pitcher throws the ball over to first to keep the runner honest.
Mhm.
Totally fine.
People
The
boo it.
opposing pitcher does it,
Yeah.
and people boo.
Mhm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? It's fine, guys. Our guy just did it. And no one's booing.
It's part of the
Like,
game,
yeah,
actually.
like, what's
Yeah.
happening? Like,
Yeah.
I actually say it out loud at every game I'm at. I go, why are we booing? Like, we just did it last inning, and you guys didn't say anything then. Like,
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you
What's
see
the
it? It's
problem?
right there.
it's actually a smart play.
Yeah, it is.
He may steal.
Yeah.
He may steal. It gets the batter off his routine. It really is a great thing.
Yeah.
Leave
Yeah.
him alone. He's just doing his job.
Yeah. Now, what are things that like Tommy does as your employee
Mhm.
that really pisses you off? Like, you know?
He's just so focused. He
Oh.
stays. He just never gets creative. It's really
Oh,
yeah.
I can imagine that.
He stays in a box. He's a box Tommy.
Yeah, well, he's not a creative guy at all. Very logical, logic based.
Yeah.
I
you
mean,
know?
I don't know.
More lobster.
Oh my gosh.
It was cool to hire him to work with junior high students.
Yeah.
'cause it's just right at their level. It's
Yeah,
really-
yeah. I mean, I
Hello.
imagine. Yeah. Hello, messieurs and madames.
Jules
Yeah.
thought that was so funny how you got the kids in the soccer team that you were coaching to call the
Oh.
soccer ball a meatball, like a
Yeah.
spicy meatball.
I walked out the other night and he had a group of 10 12-year-olds and they're all yelling like, "Pass me the spicy meatball!" And I'm like, what is going on?
Such a good idea. I love that.
That's like the funny thing.
Such a
about,
relatable thing for them.
Like, kids, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that I'm learning is that like you, like like the more you give them, the more they will give back.
Yeah.
And it's just
true.
fun, like
It's
experimenting
a
with that.
great
Like
point.
if I look at a kid and I just like scream like a monster, the chances are they'll scream back at me.
Oh, yeah.
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 Like, and it's just weird. Like, wow, that's kind of.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a little like, I don't know if that's at all like comedy, like where you feel like there's this back and forth with the audience. You know, you're kind of.
Well, we've come full circle.
Yeah.
So we
started.
We know what we're doing on this
started
thing.
where we
Well done.
left from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're back where we started.
That's
where
better.
we left from.
But that's like.
Well, that
Yeah.
that's part of
That's
it.
such like a.
No, that's all right.
I don't know if you guys like. Normally, I'm uncomfortable at the thought of like crowd control or like group control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
just
becoming more
generally
comfortable.
uncomfortable.
Out of necessity. But there's this weird back and forth that you're like managing. That's so like.
Yeah, it is.
I like public
Yeah.
speaking and stuff. I
Yeah.
think it can be fun. It just like if you, especially with the crowd, if it's good.
Hey,
But
Rich, I'm public
yeah.
speaking. Stop public interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
If,
Have you ever read Steve Martin's autobiography?
I would
love
Born-
to read
Born
that.
Standing Up. It's really good.
He's
like,
great.
There was a lot of
He's
stuff
so
in there
funny.
that I read that like I took his advice and like
Really?
Yeah.
did it in the show. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's just
Oh.
really incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh my gosh.
Very, very. He also can actually be a good serious actor too. Which is
Yeah.
I love comedians who can be great serious acting. Like Robin Williams was just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good
Yeah.
at being a serious
the
actor.
Christian Bale, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christian
Christian
Bale's
Bale.
stand up is just incredible.
He's a really funny dude.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Little language, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you all heard the audio of like him flipping out at the lighting
oh, it's
guy?
amazing.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
So
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Though.
Speaking of getting very angry,
That was a
and
bit
stupid
he
stuff.
did.
That's
He was like,
Only-
"Hey, you want to go on the road
Yeah.
with this?"
Oh, Tim Allen.
Oh, I love Tim Allen.
Tim
Oh,
Allen,
yeah,
yeah.
he's great.
Yeah.
For richer, for poor. Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. I don't
Wild
think I've seen
Hogs.
Yeah, Wild Hog.
that. Wild Hogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have seen that one.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I do love Home Improvement is my favorite sitcom of all time.
Oh,
wow.
it's so good.
I love Home
Really?
I
Improvement.
had some guys
Oh, yeah.
in college who were just like that was their thing. They would watch that
love that show.
nonstop.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to watch it all the time.
Yep.
Wilson, I just love the like Tim Allen was one of my role models growing up as a kid. Watching like in Home Improvement was just like, I don't know. I just loved his whole act because he was great at one-liners. He was great at physical comedy. He just had the whole package.
You
I don't
wished
know.
you were his son, don't you?
Oh yeah, I don't. I wish my dad was gone. I want Tim Allen to be my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want.
Interesting.
My dad. If was the moment my dad passes away, I'm living with Tim Allen.
Okay.
You're gonna
So
find
there
his
you go.
address and move in with him.
I'm like, hey, dad.
Be like,
And it doesn't matter if Tim
Jules,
Allen
I
knows
hope
this.
you're okay with this.
Oh, she'll be fine. With it.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have like
I'm leaving
a
my wife
will?
and moving in with Tim Allen.
Can you have like a will for when like someone else dies? Not like
Yeah,
So you're
that's
like,
right.
my dad died, and in my will for that,
Yeah.
I'm moving in with Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I think
love
that's
that.
legally binding.
Yeah,
you
I
would have
feel
to,
like
absolutely.
you have to. Yeah.
you show him the will, and you oh sorry, I'm
I
here.
go ahead
guess
and move in. You know, whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you moving in now?
That's from a TV show that
Yeah.
you weren't born yet to watch.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy, if you could improve your home, what would you do?
What members of the family would you remove?
Yeah.
I'd get
Tommy's in a cold sweat.
wider paneling, first of all.
Wider paneling.
Sheathing.
It's sheathing.
Rice cake sheathing.
Do you have swords?
Yeah.
Ooh, swords would be cool.
Swords would be cool.
Oh yeah, an armory.
When I
Oh,
was,
An armory.
Yeah.
There you go. Add an armory.
okay, this is
Yeah.
a little cheesy. I don't know why. You know how like in the 80s and late 70s, like there was wood paneling in the walls and on the
Yeah.
houses?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
But
What's
I
wrong
just-
with you?
Yeah, I see him. He's flying.
He's
around.
flying around. The
nostalgic
moms are
for
yep.
me, and I would totally live in a house with wood paneling.
Wow.
That's
You know,
hilarious.
Wood paneling.
I don't know why.
I wanna-
Paneling
just
is the
would.
worst.
Yeah.
I want a safe like the one in John Wick 3 where the walls are just covered in
Concrete.
in guns.
Oh,
No, in
that.
guns.
Yes, you're
What are,
right.
what are you talking about?
I'm
Concrete.
sorry. I think you're thinking of the first John Wick when he
No.
gets his guns out of the basement
Oh,
floor.
well, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Do you like
fun.
those movies now?
I watched them the other day.
You like them now?
They're terrible,
No, they're not.
but
You don't know what you're talking about.
they're just kind of like junk food movies.
You don't know. You.
He literally does the same move on every guy through 3 movies.
It's actually
Every
not
scene that's an
true.
action piece,
No.
he does the same move.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
What move is that, Steve?
You drag the guy down and you shoot him in the head. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's efficient.
a lot of people, like Van Gogh does that. All his paintings are stupid. They look the same. You know?
He always uses a brush.
Yeah,
It's-
always. Come on, man.
People call
You're
those masterpieces,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, well, I think we got to wrap.
Should we
I
wrap
think
it
we
up?
gotta
Yeah,
wrap.
we should wrap.
Nice.
Well, guys, this
Oh,
was fun.
You guys have a podcast, you and your son.
Oh,
Promote it on
yeah.
here.
Well, yeah. So it's my 10-year-old son Russell. He does a fantasy football podcast.
Yes.
It's called Russell's Fantasy Football Secrets.
I'm following it
And
now.
yeah.
I gotta listen.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
He it's amazing. Like I'm actually just there,
Do it right now.
like the MC. Like
Yeah.
Russell's really good on the microphone.
Yeah, he's good on the microphone. He does all the prep work. Like it's his show.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
awesome.
I just let him kind of do his thing.
There it
and
is.
Yeah, people can
That's
write
awesome.
in questions and stuff like that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Is he
I'm
gonna
following
do?
you right now.
You think he's gonna be like a radio dude? Radio.
I would
jockey one
love.
day?
I could see him not necessarily radio, but doing something sports related.
Okay, yeah.
Broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would definitely be.
He would like that.
doing that. Oh yeah.
That'd
yeah,
be awesome.
I am
That'd
in.
be so fun.
I am in.
Yeah. Awesome.
I just rated it without even hearing it.
Wonderful. 5 stars.
I did. No, what if I give it? What if I? Just think, what if I give it a 1-star review?
Yeah, one
anyway,
Wow.
that'd be so
I'm
terrible.
still
Wow.
going back and reading the reviews for this podcast
Follow,
is still
there
one
we
of
go.
my favorite things in the universe.
Oh, it's
Oh.
it's hilarious.
I used to love to do that with our YouTube videos. They were some really
Oh,
yeah.
good
Oh yeah.
comments.
Good things.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Our YouTube comments are quite something.
Wonderful.
Alex had a really. I got a shout out. Alex. He had a really good one last
He
week.
did. Yeah, when Tommy screwed up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what was it? You
He said,
it perfectly.
he said, well, I guess we're all listeners this week instead of viewers because of Tommy.
Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily just time. I
Who
should
said
have
that?
checked it
It
too.
was
so.
Alex.
Alex
yeah.
said that about we missed the video last week.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
Tommy.
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
We,
Yeah,
we got
Tommy.
1 second of video.
So keep in mind, as his boss,
Mhm.
if you ever recording something on video, keep an eye on him.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
I'm
So-
trying to find the reviews for our podcast up here.
Oh, do you know how technology works?
Have they taken them down?
Yeah.
Here we go.
The internet has stepped in.
The internet's like, nope, you can't have good things. That's not what this is about.
Where is it?
See y'all. Here we go. Weekly dose of banter. Oh, the twists and turns. Who's driving this thing? Just enjoy the ride. Then there's another one that says, finally. I've been searching for a group of men who can stimulate my superior intellect for years. I was about to give up hope, and then I heard this podcast.
Oh.
I feel like my brain had a cold, and this podcast was a loving mom who opened my skull and spooned chicken soup into my brain's mouth while Bob Barker hugged an overweight Plinko. I now believe in God.
And you see who wrote the review is
Wow.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
I know. believe
Yeah.
it.
The actual
It says Neil deGrasse
the
Tyson
one and
for
only.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the for real.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
Kenny Chisney left one.
Oh yeah. Kenny Chisney.
We were so close before we were so engaged, and my life went to toilet in submersible universe. And then this show lifted me out like a big bear claw into heaven. Now I have a sense of taste and smell back. Thank you, God, and everyone involved for this moment. Very special, yes.
Oh my gosh.
You should do your next podcast.
Yeah.
Should just be reading these.
Just reading the reviews.
Oh man.
Wait,
We
did
do
I-
tell people to comment on the YouTube.
Did I ever
Tim
tell you guys?
Swihart is the only one who does.
It's true.
So like, you know, on Spotify, it like if you go to an artist, it'll say like what playlist it was discovered on, or like what playlist what their top playlist that they're on is on someone's Spotify page, like any artist's
Yeah.
Spotify page, it tells you that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So before I put songs out this summer, like it
Yeah.
was mostly, you know, just exclusively like closer friends who listened to stuff that I put out.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple like random friends had passed it on, and it got onto just friends playlists.
Mhm.
You know, like, but my top playlist, when you clicked my name on Spotify, it was "Isn't It Time for Gay Cracker Barrel?" And that was my discovered on "Isn't It Time for Gay
Wow.
Cracker Barrel?" and my top playlist.
What a proud moment.
And I don't know who the person was.
Now, Cracker Barrel, that demographic, they could mean happy.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, that's true.
saying.
Yeah, that's what it meant in the
Yo.
1950s.
Exactly.
Yo,
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel is so overrated.
Wow.
So overrated.
Wow.
I'm going
It's-
to take you there.
I've been there many
no, I'm
times.
going to take you there.
I've been there many
I'm gonna take
times,
you there.
and it's so boring.
I'm gonna
Those
take you
apples are awesome.
Cracker Barrel versus
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Well, I just
Waffle House.
Wow.
the store waffle. What?
I think Cracker Barrel is gross, to be honest with you. It's so boring. Everything's bland. There's like nothing. All the color is like light brown and tan. That's everything there.
It's
I'm
good
like,
on trips, I feel like.
Yeah.
It is. It's
homing
great.
up-
if
homing
you're,
on
tri-
your
if
time.
you're tripping
homey.
out, or if
Yeah.
you're on a trip, or driving on a trip.
Yeah, or your acid tripping.
Or that, I guess. Tommy knows what to say.
On
Yep.
that note,
Tommy always knows.
Well, guys, thanks so much for having me. And
Yeah. You know,
I really appreciate it.
thank you, Rich, for
Yep.
coming today.
No problem.
Yeah.
At all. I'd love to come back.
Yeah.
Again.
Nice.
Please do.
Yeah.
And we're outside.
We're outside
So,
today,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Let us
This
know what
was
you
fun.
think about this new
They
format.
didn't
was
want me
fun.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got
we didn't
from
want to
this.
go inside. We were outside and we didn't want to go in.
Well, Dave, thanks so much for coming,
yeah,
man.
thanks for
Thanks.
having
This
me.
was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
This was fun.
I
Yeah.
loved it a lot. Tommy,
could go without. Could
Yeah,
go
yeah.
with.
Uh-huh.
It's,
Yeah.
kinda like prom.
Yeah.
We'll see you at
Just
work
like-
tomorrow.
Purple crystal palaces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
amen.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening to How's This Good for Anybody? Listeners, this is your call to action. We want to continue to bless your eyes and ears with unbelievable content. So, if you're a fan of the show or you find us insufferable, we need you to like, comment, and share the crap out of us on every single social media platform that you can think of. It's the best way to support you boys here at the podcast, or bring us to justice. Oh, and don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts as well. See you next week.